Hey, back on the Young Turks. I'm your host, Cenk Uygur. And now, we're going to do a segment with Matt Atchity from RottenTomatoes.com, which, of course, we've done many times before. We're going to discuss some movies, and then we're going to discuss some entertainment in general. All right, Matt, welcome back as usual.
Thanks for having me.
And let's start with the movies. What happened over the weekend?
Well, over the weekend, we saw the release of G.I. Joe, which predictably was #1 at the box office with about $55 million.
Did we think it was going to be that large? That's kind of a surprising number to me. That's big.
Well, considering they spent $175 million to make it, that's probably not where they were looking to open.
Oh, really? They wanted higher?
They wanted higher. But going into it, there was a lot of controversy around this film because they didn't screen it for most critics. People thought it was going to bomb. 50 million, mid-50s is okay for a movie like that. It's, honestly, it's the fourth biggest August opening of all time. So,
wow,
yeah,
Jesus, man, I feel like you could throw crap out there and it's gonna stick as long as you spend enough money to get enough, marketing and production budget behind it. So, so it does better than I expected, but not probably as good as they expected.
Not as good as they probably wanted. It did about $44 million overseas on top of the 55. So they're looking at about $100 million. Overall, not bad.
And Matt, you said that the tomato meter is in the mid-50s?
No. The tomato meter is down at about 39%.
Oh, okay, all right. That's what I thought. I was like, there's no way that's it. Because if the tomato meter is at 60%, that means that most critics liked it.
Right.
And you call that a fresh score that's under. And this is significantly under, unsurprising.
Yes.
All right, now we got some casting news, too, right?
We have a lot of casting news. Most interestingly, over the weekend, the folks at Boston.com were talking to the Farrelly brothers, who were in town for a ball game, who got talking about their upcoming Three Stooges movie. Mm-hmm. Now, there was some casting news about this a while back, saying that Sean Penn was going to be in it, and then Sean Penn said he's now not going to be in it, and playing the part of Larry, the Stooge in the middle, looks like it's going to be Paul Giamatti.
I can see that. The thing is, I just never got into the Three Stooges, and but it's such a big American thing. But I'm impressed with the people they're talking about. Who's one of the other ones?
So Benicio del Toro is going to be playing Mo.
Uh-huh.
Which
to tell you what kind of a non-Three Stooges guy I am, I don't even know which one is Larry, Mo, or Curly. So which one is Giamatti playing?
So Giamatti's playing the guy with the curly hair, Larry.
Oh, wouldn't you think he'd be playing the bald fat dude?
I would kind of think that, but that's Curly. Curly is really the craziest, slapsticky one. So there were rumors going around that it was going to be Jim Carrey for a while, which those rumors have since been shot down. That's going to be, I think, a tough part to cast.
So Benicio del Toro is going to play the one in the...
Play the Mo, the guy with the straight hair.
Right. Who's kind of like the leader.
Who's the leader and probably the closest thing approaching a straight man that's in that trio.
Right.
But they're all...
Isn't that really weird casting, Benicio del Toro?
That is really weird casting.
Then you get the sense Mo is going to murder someone or something.
Exactly. God forbid he opens his eyes all the way.
Yeah, I just don't look. It's my fault. I know there's a lot of people who love the Three Stooges. It's very American. God bless. Go forward. I just never got the. What the hell is that? I don't. And he was gonna hit him in the cake. Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, some people love the Stooges. I personally am more of a Marx Brothers fan, but that slapstick. I mean, those guys do have good timing, and they were. I think part of it is that they were really popular at the time, and since they were doing short films, that was something that as TV evolved, it was always something that you could slot in various parts of the TV schedule. So everybody's grown up with it.
Right. Okay, I can't take it anymore. All right, let's move forward. What else?
Okay, other casting news. Frank Langella is going to be in the Wall Street sequel.
Okay, I didn't know that there was going to be a Wall Street sequel until I saw that you had written about it. What?
Yes.
But that's great timing. That's perfect.
Wall Street sequel. Oliver Stone is returning to direct. Michael Douglas is returning as Gordon Gekko.
Oh,
and
perfect.
The young protadigist in the movie this time is Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, come on. Is there no other young actor in the country? Because is there anyone who can play a young X, like a young Harrison Ford, a young Michael Douglas outside of Shia LaBeouf?
Well, who's the other one? I can't remember his name. The one who's the Mac guy with the other actor who they're always competing for the same roles. I'm a Mac, I'm a PC. You know what I'm talking about? Justin Long.
Justin Long but Justin Long's getting murdered in that competition. Shia's in every movie.
Yes.
So, but it's a great idea to remake this. Is Oliver Stone directing?
Oliver Stone is directing,
All right.
and they're expecting a release next year.
Okay. Are they going to bring back Charlie Sheen? They should do that.
I don't think that he's going to be coming back for this one.
Oh, that'd be kind of badass. All right, I'm looking forward to it. This one could be interesting.
It could be
Do
interesting.
you know when it comes out?
Next year.
Next year. Okay. Cool. Do we have any more?
The only other casting news of interest is the Red Dawn remake, which you may or may not be aware of. Chris Hemsworth, who played Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movie, is going to be playing. Well, he's in the movie, and they've just announced that Tom Cruise's son is going to be in the movie.
That's his adopted son.
That's his adopted son, who
Right.
was in 7 Pounds. This is
Oh,
his first film appearance
okay.
playing the young character that Will Smith was.
I met him
playing.
once.
Really?
I literally ran into him jogging in Beverly Hills, and I was like, "That's an interesting couple." And I was like, "Oh, right, that's his son." Okay, because he was there with Suri and him.
Right.
So Red Dawn, that was like the Patrick Swayze thing.
That was the
wasn't it?
Patrick Swayze and
It's
C.
per-
Thomas Howell and Leah Thompson.
See, that's perfect again, as the conservatives are talking about communist takeover.
Well, and I guess this time
They're
it's
gonna get
going to
them
be.
all worked up. They're gonna love that movie.
And I think this time it's going to be Chinese and Russians. Last time it was Cubans and Russians.
At least it's not Obama. So, with the conservatives, you never know. But anyway, so all right, so that's the casting news. Now I understand we have a breaking news on Michael Jackson.
On Michael Jackson. So the judge who's been handling deals for the Michael Jackson estate, I have to look at his name, Mitchell Beckloff, Los Angeles Superior Court judge, has approved a deal between AEG Live, who are the people that own the Staples Center, and Columbia Pictures and the Michael Jackson estate to make a movie based on the footage of his rehearsals for the tour that was going to happen in London. The footage that was shot days before he passed away.
Right. I see this somewhat sensible. I mean, it seems a little macabre, but at the same time, they're desperate to make some of that money back.
AEG Live is really hot to get this done as fast as possible because they're saying, and Sony Columbia as well, who have deals with him in the past and are his distributor, they're really hot to get this done because they feel like, obviously since his death, there's more of an awareness. They're trying to get this movie done within the next couple of months. So we may, by October 30th, we may see this in theaters.
What do you think, Matt? I mean, should they do it?
I personally think it's kind of gruesome. I mean, as much as I would like to see that footage, and I think that would be cool to see, doing a movie out of it, I'm not sure is the way to go.
A movie? That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, do Michael Jackson fans want to see this, or do they not want to see it?
I think his fans will probably go see it. I think that they're going to say it's Michael Jackson's last performances. It's, I mean, for all of the insanity in the rest of his life, you have to admit that he was at the very least a hell of a performer. And I think that there's going to be people that are going to want to remember him that way.
I hear you. It's just I don't care about it. And it's perfectly sensible to care. I know people love it, right? But he's like, what? And I'm like, I don't care about people dancing. I don't care about it in ballet. I don't care about it in Michael Jackson.
I figured that this is probably the studio and AEG and even the estate looking at, this is, since now there's no money to be made from the 50 concert series that he was going to do in London, this is the next best thing. And,
you got to make some money somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, is there a report on the coroner?
Well, yes. So the coroner the LA coroner has also said that they are now going to hold the results of the autopsy pending the investigation that's being done, because their concern is if they release toxicology evidence, then anybody involved is going to hide whatever evidence and delete files and throw stuff away. And they figure they're better off talking to people before that news is out so that nobody knows what they need to get rid of.
Huh, that's interesting. So this thing's fishy in 8 different ways.
That's what it sounds like. I don't think that they would hold it if they thought, it was just some freak heart problem.
Right.
Obviously there's something there. So I think that they don't want to tip their hand as to what evidence they're going to be looking for.
Yeah, that's definite. There's no way that if it was fine and it was normal that they
Right.
wouldn't bother release. They wouldn't just release
Right.
it. All right, we have the Teen Choice Awards coming up. Something interesting is going to happen.
Right. Well, so now those people that tune into that, which is on tonight at 8 p.m., Twilight won a lot of awards. I personally, I'm not a teenager. I'm not really interested. But what's kind of interesting was Kathy Griffith, star of My Life on the D-List, brought her new boy toy Bristol Palin's ex,
Levi Johnson.
Levi Johnson.
Yeah. Okay, what do we think? First, let me get crass on you. Do we think something's happening?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a hilarious joke that they're both doing. I think, honestly, I think Levi Johnson is trying to capitalize on what fame he's found. I mean, he was talking, he's talking smack about Sarah Palin, which, whether or not it's appropriate to do, I think that it's probably bad form for him to be doing.
Yeah, I hear you. And, of course, we know Kathy Griffin. I mean, she with a wink and a nod, she'll get any publicity she wants, that she can get her hands on. She's like, of course people are going to cover that.
Right.
There's no way they don't cover that.
Exactly. And I think that's exactly what it is.
All right. So, hey, props to Kathy Griffin for pulling that off. I'm going to save the Miley Cyrus apparently involved in a controversy here at the Teen Choice Awards. We're going to save that for the next segment. Controversies are always fun. But before we let you go, one last thing, Octomom. we got one.
So the Fox network has announced that there's going to be a 2-hour special on Nadia Suleiman, the Octomom special, and this is put together from footage that was shot by Radar Online. Mm-hmm. Radar Online had cut a deal with her outside of whatever was supposed to be done with the kids. They cut a deal with her to put cameras in her house and film her interacting, and now that's been sold to Fox. And Fox is going to be airing this 2-hour thing.
So we're going to get a scintillating view of inside Nadia Suleiman's house.
Apparently. Well, but, seeing her with the kids, what is kind of interesting to me is the Fox executive, Mike Darnell, who's in charge of their reality programming, said that he thought it was the right thing to do. He doesn't think that they're exploiting the children because the footage already existed.
Except it wasn't aired on national television.
Well, right. Like, we didn't shoot it, but we're going to show it.
Okay. If any network was going to do it, it was going to be Fox. But what are you going to do? All right, Matt, thanks for coming in, man. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
That was an interesting segment. All right, guys, we're going to come right back. Young Turks.